2015 3500 HD 1-ton dually with the 11.5 AAM axle. I had some carrier noise and ABS codes were coming on for intermittent signal and such. I looked into it, found out the carrier bearings were completely wiped out of it, and I've been trying to get this pinion out as well, and I haven't had much luck. So I can't get the shaft to slide through the pinion bearing. So what I ended up doing, I just wanted to make a video of this so somebody else maybe doesn't have to struggle as long. Maybe there's a better way, but I don't have an acetylene torch. I just have map gas, so I think a lot of people are kind of like that. So anyways, I ended up taking a bearing cage that goes around these needles, and I broke it with a flat punch chisel, and I got in there and I bent the cage down and broke until they're all loose. So now they're all loose. They can roll around wherever they want to roll around. I was hoping that I could get them all to one side and get one out the top or something to get this bearing race out, but I couldn't. And obviously I heated the bearing up, tried that, beat the living dog poop out of it. Didn't get anywhere besides ruining the nut the rest of the way, which is fine. I gotta put a new one on anyways. But yeah, so I couldn't get this thing out, needed to get it out, didn't want to ruin the housing at all. That was my main concern. So I ended up taking a Dremel with a cutoff wheel, and I cut these slits in there, as you see. That one there, and I cut one here. I tried cracking a race before that, I couldn't get it to crack. So what I ended up doing is cutting them two cuts as deep as I could without cutting into the shaft or into the outer bearing race. I mean, the bearing race has got to get replaced, but I just didn't want to hurt the sealing surface here where the pinion seal has to go. Still trying to hope that I can maybe reuse the pinion, but I don't know yet. So anyways, so I couldn't get it out. This is a way. Then I ended up using another chisel here, and I busted that chunk out there that you can see missing. So that gave me just enough clearance to get these roller bearings out. And then my hope is once I get all these roller bearings out that I can just push this race, and hopefully this diameter fits through the inner diameter of this outer bearing. That's my hope out of the cup, so hopefully that works. Alright, so this is adding to my video, so this is, it got dark out, so I decided to stop for a while, eat dinner, and come back. That bearing, I had talked about that I cut that little exit wound out for the rollers to come out of, and I got them all out. Well, lo and behold, this diameter does not fit through the inner diameter. I guess some bearings it does, some it don't. Carrier bearings does, this one does not. So what I ended up having to do was I got all these rollers out, and I got this shaft down all the way against the bottom, pulled it forward with a bungee cord, could use whatever, and then I went in there with my Dremel and I attacked it more. I just cut. I cut as far and deep as I could. I just got one of these cutting discs on a Dremel, nothing crazy, a little 1 inch or so, and I just went at it as far as I could until I ended up hitting the top of the screw head of the Dremel onto that bearing. I kind of went behind it, got a little bit in there. It's tight in here. I didn't want to nick, obviously, any of this, so I was very careful not to. There is some marks here from the Dremel when I first started, but nothing crazy, nothing that's the sealing surface is all in there. So yeah, I ended up cutting that. Then I put a chisel in there and I pounded it until it cracked. I think it cracked the race all the way back through. So now I put the BBs back in, or the needle bearings back in, and now I'm going to tap it out, just to have something hard to tap against, because otherwise there's nothing going on there. So cracked the inner race and then did it that way. So that's another 2 minutes added on to it. So hopefully this helps somebody, because it was a little longer process. Probably all in all, from the time I started, from the time I decided I couldn't pound it through, get it to come through, I and started deciding to cut that and stuff, and probably 2 hours into it, which is a lot of finding tools and stuff. If I had everything set up, it wouldn't be so bad. If I had my chisels all sharpened and my Dremel